Okay, so is Meta's big new AI play in India? Is it like finding digital oil? Or is it just, another expensive detour into the metaverse? The market seems to be betting on black gold this morning, though. Welcome to De-Risk, a podcast where we provide a no-nonsense analysis of stocks. Today, we're doing a deep dive into Meta Platforms, that's ticker Meta, and this is all based on our research from this morning, October 27th, 2025.
Yeah, and we really have to start with the macro picture here. It's a bit strange. I mean, NASDAQ Q futures are flying, right? Up over 1.3%, lots of tech optimism. But at the same time, you've got the White House talking stimulus, the Fed whispering about rate cuts. Those are usually things you do when things aren't great. So the market's happy, but it's kind of confusing context.
Right. It's that classic bad news is good news, maybe. Market cheers the potential for easier money, even if the reason for it is murky. So yeah, that definitely means we need some caution baked in, whatever Meta's story is. Okay, so let's dig into Meta itself. What's the engine here? This big news, the AI partnership in India with Reliance Industries.
Exactly. This is, I think, where the story really takes off. It's not just about, getting into a big market. This partnership with Reliance, it means deep integration, like right into the Geo ecosystem. So Meta's AI gets plugged directly into how hundreds of millions of people shop, bank, communicate. It potentially changes the monetization game almost overnight.
Wow, okay. That strategic angle sounds powerful. But let's talk numbers. Our research pegs fair value around $797. That's based on free cash flow.
That's right, yeah. Free cash flow models point towards that $797.
Wait a sec, $797, given, the history there, burning billions on Reality Labs, shouldn't we be a bit more skeptical about that FCF number? Why are the models so bullish?
Well, the market looks forward, right? Yeah. And Wall Street seems to agree there's a gap. You've got, 87% of analysts saying buy or strong buy. They're betting precisely because this India catalyst could unlock that future cash flow. So the risk isn't really about current weakness. It's more about can they execute? Can they actually deliver that projected 14% revenue growth? That partnership needs to scale and fast.
Okay. Execution risk. Got it. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for me. How's the crowd playing this? What's the sentiment?
Sentiment is extremely bullish, really strong. The options market tells a clear story. That put-to-call ratio is down at 0.72.
0.72. So for every, let's say, 10 bearish put options, there are nearly 14 bullish call options being traded.
Exactly. Bears are basically hibernating, and you see that in the short interest, too tiny. Just 1.13%. Hardly anyone is betting against the stock right now.
Wow. Okay. And the charts, do the technicals back this up?
They do seem to be confirming it. The stock's gapping up this morning. Looks like it'll open near $749. That's a pretty decisive break out of that sideways pattern it's been stuck in for months, that consolidation. And what's really interesting is if you look at the volume during that quiet period, money was actually flowing into the stock. Kind of quietly.
So suggests maybe smart money was building positions, anticipating a move like this.
It definitely hints at that, yeah. Accumulation during consolidation. Plus, volatility has been shrinking.
Right, the calm before the storm sometimes, like stretching a rubber band.
Exactly. And this morning's action suggests it's snapping upwards.
So, pulling it all together, what does this mean for you listening? Our verdict here is cautiously bullish. We have to acknowledge those risks, though, that weird macro backdrop we talked about, and the potential. This just fizzles out. Sell the news reaction right at this key resistance level.
Absolutely. That $750 level is the clear battleground now. It's both psychological and technical. If buyers can push through and hold above $750, then yeah, the path looks open to potentially retest those August highs, which were around $790. Lines up pretty nicely with that fair value target you mentioned earlier.
It does. Okay, and the flip side. Where does this bullish idea break down?
The key level to watch on the downside is $700. If the stock closes decisively below $700, that would really signal that today's excitement was, a false start. It invalidates the immediate bullish case.
Right. Below $700, time to reassess. So I guess the final thought for you to chew on is this. If Meta actually pulls this off, if they successfully weave their AI into commerce across India's huge scale, does that fundamentally change the risk profile for the whole company? Or does it just become a new bigger engine to keep funding that long-term metaverse bet? Something to think about. That's all for this episode. Remember, this podcast is for informational purposes only and isn't financial advice. Do your own research or consult with qualified financial advisors before making any investments. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next episode.